dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. We start tonight in Laurel County, where late last night deputies arrested a wanted murder suspect. Officials say 56-year-old Bailey Smith was wanted for the murder of his brother, 59-year-old Grant Smith. Deputies say an argument between the two escalated into a shooting just after 4 p.m. Friday. A murder warrant was issued for Bailey Smith following the shooting. And officials say they found him at a business off of US 25 near London Saturday night, late last night. Deputies also say the murder weapon was found with the help of K9 Maverick at Pittsburgh Cemetery. Officials with the Bell County Sheriff's Department are looking for a stolen truck. You can see it there. The truck was taken Friday afternoon from Hubbard's Cabins on Highway 25 East in 4 Mile. It was last seen going towards Barberville. If you have any information, you can call the Bell County Dispatch. It's the number you see on your screen there, 606-337-6174. July's flood left many communities devastated, but on Monday, one Knott County clinic will be opening its doors for the first time since it was damaged by floodwater. WYMT's Alyssa Williams has the story.
Like many buildings throughout Hindman, the UK June Buchanan Medical Clinic was ravaged by floodwater.
Anytime that you practice in the field of medicine, when you go into it, you know that you're going to be a servant to your community and to your patients, and you always want to be there for them. But this was a very helpless feeling because there wasn't really anything that we could do.
Being one of the only clinics in Knott County that provides primary care, staff were worried about how they would continue serving patients.
Thankfully, we have a sister clinic in Hazard, and they were able to open the doors for us and let us come over there and see our patients out of that facility.
After 4 months of repairs and replacing equipment lost in the flood, the June Buchanan Clinic will open its doors on Monday.
For our staff, it's like we're coming home. It's a very close-knit group, very caring and compassionate for the patients that we care for, and we want to treat them like family. We want to make sure that they understand that they would get the same treatment. We would take care of our loved ones when they walk in the door, and we want to make sure they have the best care possible.
Continuing to be a pillar of the Hindman community since its start in 1974.
And this clinic's been here for a long time. It's very important to the community, so we're extremely excited to get back and be able to serve our patients again.
In Hindman, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
The clinic will be offering its usual primary care and lab services beginning tomorrow, but their radiology department will not be up and running again until a little bit later this month. With the many developments we've seen come to life in several eastern Kentucky communities, one Knott County is looking to help his community grow as well. Knott County native Jordan Owens created the Facebook group A Change for Hindman, Building a Better Future. It's for community members to share ideas on how to bring more jobs and businesses to the area and to beautify the city. Owens says he hopes this can be the first step in creating a more enjoyable place to live for future generations.
I can understand that sense of nostalgia and maybe wanting to protect what your idea of perfect is, but we can all look and see that it's not working. We got to change something because this is not how it is, and there's a younger generation who's going to have to live here. We're the ones stuck fixing the problem, and it needs to start now.
Owen says he and other group members are looking to involve city and county officials in their mission. The group has already partnered with students from Knott County Central High School to give them a platform to share their ideas and how the city can improve as well. To learn more about how you can get involved, you can visit our website at WYMT.com.
Quiet weather continues across the mountains as we close out the weekend, but some changes are right around the corner. Let's go over to the London Corbin Airport. You can see not much happening out there. It is chilly. Current temperature 28 degrees over at the airport, and same story over at Moorhead. Also looking at quiet conditions tonight, and that temperature also sitting at 28 degrees over in Rowan County. We should be in the lower 50s this time of year. High temperatures well below average in the middle to lower 40s, 42 in Jackson and Pikeville, 43 the high temperature in Somerset, and check out Williamsburg struggling to make it into the 40s earlier today. And tonight it is another cold one out there, upper 20s, lower 30s, 34 for Jackson, 31 in Pikeville, and 27 the current temperature in Manchester. The good news, we are looking at a clean sweep on radar tonight, but that is going to change as we go into your Monday. But not tonight, though. Quiet weather continues under a partly cloudy sky. Overnight lows falling into the upper 20s and lower 30s. But like I said, we are tracking some rain chances and some warmer temperatures by next week. That full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Keaton.
Thanks, Cameron. Whitesburg ARH lit up the Tree of Life, recognizing loved ones in the community who died during the year. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how this year's lighting was maybe the most meaningful in the tradition's history.
This is the second Tree of Life combining with the first to form a tradition in its 28th year.
It's become one of the favorite events of the holiday season. I think you'll see tonight when the crowd gathers, it's always a large crowd. It's very emotional.
Dozens indeed gathered around the branches carrying lights that symbolized loved ones who recently died.
The lights on the tree is just a way to keep their lives shining brightly. And each and every time we pass by it, even in the summer months when the tree's not lit up, I think about all those people.
This lighting is a little more special than past years. After the July flood, gathering for this tradition gave them a sense of pride in their hometown.
It's very meaningful this year. Our community has been through so much, but as everyone is saying, together we will get through this and we will be stronger.
When they finally lit their candles and turned on the lights, the scene became divine to many there.
I think it will be a special year to reflect on how God has brought us through that.
Now locals drive past the tree with their hearts heavy, but also with the reminder that they have each other. In Whitesburg, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
You can see the tree at Whitesburg ARH as you pass the hospital on Highway 15. A holiday tradition is underway at the Kentucky Children's Hospital, and this year they're getting a little help from one of country music's biggest names. Jarrett's Joy Cart has spread Christmas cheer through the hospital for more than 20 years. It's done in honor of Jarrett Minear, who created the idea while in the hospital. He lost his battle with cancer in 2002, but his mother, Jennifer, has kept his legacy going. Today, country music artist Walker Montgomery joined Minear to deliver toys and help set up their annual holiday store.
It just really is a great concept and something very special that, as you mentioned, puts a smile on the on everybody's, but especially the families' faces in such a a rough patch in their life.
The holiday store will be open for the season on Tuesday in Lexington. Honor Flight Kentucky is mourning the loss of a World War II veteran, Henry Ledford from Clay County. He passed away Wednesday at his home. We've met Ledford in the past as he participated in the 2019 Honor Flight just one day before his 100th birthday. The Kentucky native is remembered by his family and friends as a hard worker. He's described as being humble as well, saying his role in the Army was just his job. Ledford and his comrades in the 411th Infantry Regiment liberated prisoners from a concentration camp in Germany. His oldest son, Kenneth, says he's honored to be able to share his dad's stories.
Well, just a few months ago, he said, I've had a really good run, and it's been a good life. So he was pretty okay with things, He'd always been such a healthy person for the most part. At 100, he was still out driving his tractor around.
As one of the oldest veterans in the state, he lived to be 103 years old. Long-awaited trial data on a potential treatment for Alzheimer's disease has now been published, and it shows potential in the fight against the disease. The medication is called lecanemab. Right now, people with Alzheimer's are given other drugs to help manage their symptoms, but none can change the course of the disease. Lecanemab is an antibody, like the ones your body makes to attack viruses or bacteria, that has been engineered to tell the immune system to clear a protein that's associated with Alzheimer's. We spoke with Dr. Greg Cooper from the Norton Neuroscience Institute Memory Center in Louisville about the potential of this new drug.
As I've told some people, this feels different than anything that's come before. So I'm optimistic this will hold up, this will be approved, and within the year, we will have an important new treatment option.
There are still safety concerns. About 6.9% of those who took lecanemab in the trial discontinued use due to complications. The researchers say longer trials are needed to determine the safety and efficacy of this potential treatment. The FDA is moving to ease restrictions on blood donations from gay and bisexual men. Current federal rules prohibit blood banks from collecting donations from men who have been intimate with other men within the last 3 months. The administration says it expects to issue updated draft guidance in the upcoming months. A new study finds surgical masks work just as well as N95 masks to prevent the spread of COVID-19. More than 1,000 healthcare workers at 29 sites were randomly assigned masks, and researchers found the less expensive surgical masks were no less effective than an N95 respirator in preventing infections. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, we've got the story of a Lexington doctor who was looking for land to build a home on when he found a mostly undiscovered piece of American history.
And a soggy week is on tap across the region. That full first alert forecast coming up.